Iraq has taken all the necessary steps to get the Iraqi dinar back on track. I understand it's taking a long time, and I'm sure you feel anxious about this because of all these people blowing smoke up your ass and getting you hyped up on hopium. Relax. It's going to happen. I really believe that it's going to happen. Things are still looking good. I am definitely hearing conversations in Iraq about small notes, lower denominations. They would not be talking about this in Iraq if the dinar were not about to have a higher value. The regional and global integration has begun to take shape. It's pretty big, you guys. This is all in real time, and we're watching it. We've been talking about it for a long time, and now we're re-seeing the fruits of their labor. They're offering to the world that they're going to showcase a commemorative coin, currency, stamps. Why are they changing currencies? They talk about metals. If they don't have metals, why would you be talking about that? Because there's going to be something that's happening to use them. They need to raise the value of their currency. It's obvious to everybody. It should be, by now, at least. The central bank announces the suspension of the electronic platform mechanisms related to selling the dollar. The Central Bank of Iraq announced, today, the suspension of work on the electronic platform mechanisms related to selling the dollar. They're giving us instructions now on TV and standards. They call it for the circulation and exchange of banknotes. They tell us this mechanism is a unification. These are instructions on how to bring in our 3-0 notes. They just told us this mechanism will include a form of counting and sorting currency. They say this will be implemented 4th of January. This is great news. They put 2 different articles states 2 different things. They said they were going to end the use of the dollar and the currency auctions by January 4th. I do think that information is credible because the second article stated going into early 2026 is when they would be suspending use of the dollar currency auctions. That makes more sense because the daily currency auctions are a tool used by the central bank to stabilize the daily market value of the dinar. They more realistically stop somewhere in early 2026. What's the latest rates you have heard on dinar and dong? The latest I have heard is about $3.90 street rate on the dinar. Dong, we have heard everything from $7 to almost $4.0. Most of my sources are still telling me to expect it in the $2 range. My CBI contact told me that the next in-country rate change of the dinar is coming, and sooner than we might think. Iraq needs to quit stalling and pass legislation to encourage and invite investment into their own country. We know that a good-sized portion of the infrastructure has already been worked on. And somehow, some way, they did it at an exchange rate of 13.10. It's been crazy quiet overnight. I feel like it's the calm before the storm. I thought the CBI used the electronic transfer system to send USD abroad for the daily currency auctions. Yesterday's news stated they stopped the electronic transfer system. How could they have officially stopped it yesterday when they sold 283 million USD abroad in today's auction? That is not a foreign currency auction. IT is a report on the new system. Foreign exchange window results. People ask me, is the currency window in Iraq closed or not? Some people are claiming it is not closed. I answered, yes, the Central Bank of Iraq has ceased the dollar auctions. According to Amr Khalif, the deputy governor of the Central Bank of Iraq, the dollar auction system, officially known as the foreign currency sale window and electronic platform, will be permanently shut down by the end of 2026. Khalaf confirmed that the decision is final and that the vast majority of traders have already adapted to the new system, which no longer provides direct dollar access from the central bank. So wonder no more. Television is now showing comprehensive approach on how to trade the Iraqi dinar on Forex. They got some guy going over documents, page after page, on how us Iraqi citizens can invest in Forex. This, gentlemen, is teaching you Iraqi citizens how to invest in the Iraqi stock market because you are soon to have purchasing power to do so. They have never taught you this before because you didn't have the purchasing power to do so. They had a currency auction today. Total sales abroad, $283 million. 7 banks participated. Nothing has changed. The central bank is still having currency auctions. Vietnam is set for some big-time growth. It's all thanks to a cool strategy shift. They removing away from relying only on selling stuff to other countries and focusing more on what's happening within their own borders. Vietnam's future is looking bright. Iraq has done what they said they were going to do all along. The central bank implemented a new electronic system so that the central bank would be out of the dollar auction. They now use the correspondent banks to facilitate internal and external trade. The central bank will no longer deal with retail. We can see January 2nd, there's not transfer abroad. Months ago, I said this was not going to happen until after new US president sworn in. I am not hearing that from Iraqi contacts. They believe things will be in place before new US president. There is one, however, who thinks they are holding the trigger until after the congressional confirmation on Jan 6th, starting to implement a Saikuda global system for automating customs operations. In this article, they are telling us the system will start on January 1st, 2026. How could this be without the IQD on Forex for a reference rate? I believe that this Saikuda system will not yet be online, since the IQD is not yet on Forex. It sounds too fishy to have multiple events being targeted around the same period. Beginning of January 2026. Have a great day and goodbye.